Every real cowboy like myself knows how lonely it is out on the open range, which is why I listen to the Cowboy Boys podcast. With best contractually obligated friends, Shayne Smith and Mac Arthur, the Cowboy Boys will comfort your soul better than any disease-ridden saloon gal ever could. Cowboy Boys.
So this is, I don't even know what this is. Welcome to Cowboy Boys Emergency Edition with Andrew Hobbs.
Hello.
Shayne is dead.
We tried to revive him. It was just a joke.
He's gone and long forgotten and will never be returning.
Yeah.
He died on the way back from his latest stand-up show. So, yeah, Hobbs is with us, the substitute.
Hello. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, last time you told a bunch of poo stories and people complained.
Yep.
We got a lot of complaints.
You were complaining. Think about my colon. Whew.
What do you mean?
Super complaining.
I thought you were good now.
Well, I am good now, but
Yeah, we
good
had a bunch
time.
of people. Thanks for doing this. How how is your butt?
okay. So, oh gosh, why do we go here? I think at one point I must have had it was like a little too stretched out or chapped maybe.
Chapped?
Like like cracked lips, little
do
some
what?
anal fissures.
Chapped? Do you put like chapstick on your ass?
Oh, I should have. That's not a bad idea.
I mean,
That probably would have worked.
have you
Right?
ever heard that the inside of a vagina feels like the inside of your mouth? It's the same type of skin. Yeah, go ahead and put a finger on there.
I don't want to put my finger in my mouth right now because I haven't washed it since I came in.
Oh, I don't do that. I do. So I feel like I got COVID and I was like my muscles were sore for 1 week. Not 1 week, 1 day.
Wait, you got COVID right now?
I got COVID.
Are you gonna give me COVID?
I don't have the Delta or the Sigma or the Lambada. Which are you afraid of the new?
I'm afraid of everything.
The Delta and the Delta Plus.
I am a Delta Plus member.
The Delta Plus variant is the new one because they're like Delta variant will kill. It's going to kill. It's 10 times more deadly, and everyone's like, I don't fucking care. We're all going outside. I'm not wearing a mask.
Yep.
But now they're like, no. There's the Delta Plus, and they're gonna do the Delta Sigma.
And you get free shipping with that one.
Is that so no, I got COVID like in December 2019, first time, and so I credit it to.
Wait, how many times have you gotten it?
I don't know because that's the only time I felt it.
Oh, are you not vaccinated?
No, I'm vaccinated. I got the J&J one. I'm not
Oh,
going
that doesn't
back.
count.
That's the best one.
No, it isn't. It's
Yes,
the worst one.
no,
It's the
it's
one they
the
took off the market. Might as well be AstraZeneca. You Euro trash.
I don't care. No, I went to. So when I did it because all the other ones are 2, and I'm too lazy to get vaccinated more than once.
See, 2 felt like it's like that's what I liked about it.
You want more?
Yeah.
You want?
Yeah, freaking the Johnson & Johnson feels like that all natural like deodorant or toothpaste.
Oh, it
It's
doesn't
like,
work.
Get out of here.
It's
Give me
just-
straight chemical. When Trump said put bleach in your body, I'm like, now we're talking.
Yeah, you want.
I want straight up chemicals involved.
to burn and pillage
Yes.
your body.
Yeah.
That's like that. That's like when you are exposed to AIDS. They give you that the super anti-AIDS medicine for like a week, and it just wipes your body. It like kills everything inside of
gosh.
you, and you start fresh.
Oh my gosh, it's like
So-
it's like restarting your computer.
Exactly. No, and it always runs better after.
Yeah.
If you think you've been exposed immediately, you have like a 48-hour window.
Is that what they did? Is that how Magic Johnson got better?
No, he.
Or is this a new treatment? I know very little about
I'm part
AIDS.
of the conspiracy theory that Magic Johnson never had AIDS, which
Oh.
I've heard.
What, he just wanted out of basketball?
No. So from what I've been told on various internet forums is
That sounds credible.
is that Magic? It was like the AIDS was in the 80s, and it was a big epidemic, especially in like the black communities and stuff. So they needed like a spokesperson.
Oh, to make it like legit?
To make it like
Not to make it legit, but to get people to
pay attention and like not be afraid of it, to be like, oh, it's normal. And so they got Magic Johnson to say he had AIDS.
Yep.
And then they were like, yeah, we're gonna come up with a cure like in 5 years. We just need a spokesperson. And so he's like, yeah, I got AIDS from a lady, which is extremely hard.
To get it from a lady?
Yeah. It's the statistic. That's why was so rampant in the gay communities.
Oh, I thought it was just because the gay communities at the time. I don't want to. I'm afraid I'm going to sound like super uneducated, but I am. So I'm going to say it anyway.
You're safe. This is.
I
a safe
thought
zone.
that was like.
This is a safe conspiracy zone.
I don't want to call gay a trend, but like in the 80s, wasn't that the thing was to go to a bunch of orgies?
No.
Or is that always a thing? And I'm just. Do people go to orgies now? When was the last orgy you've been to?
I haven't been to any orgies recently.
I like to go to just make sure everyone's fine.
Yeah, you're in the corner.
Oh, I don't participate.
You're just watching towel. You're the towel boy at the orgies.
Yeah, I just like to make sure everyone's safe.
You're in the bathroom, washing the cum off of people.
Gross.
No, so it is easy to get AIDS from anal, because your butthole is like not it tears a little bit when you fuck in the ass.
Tell me
and
about
so
it.
when it tears, when you have like open sores, it's easy to get diseases. All of them, all of the diseases.
I didn't know that.
And so that's why
I thought anybody could get it.
No,
from either it was like any sort of blood transmission or DNA.
Yes, especially blood transmission. That's the definite real way.
You'll for sure get it.
If you're sharing needles, I think that's like the most common way, is sharing needles.
Yeah.
And then ass sex. So there's gay people who don't blast each other in the ass, who are fine. I think it's like nearly impossible for a woman to give woman AIDS. Is the statistics?
That makes sense.
Those are just the statistics.
Have we gotten any closer on AIDS? Have we made progress?
I hear that there's a new cure every couple years, but then I don't.
Talking about AIDS?
What?
This fast already? Oh my god!
Yeah, this is the podcast.
We just get into it.
But no, I got the Johnson & Johnson because it's one and done, and so I went to there's a part of my neighborhood where it's all just the Arab district. And
we went to lunch over there. It was good.
Yeah, so and I pointed out, remember there's like I counted one. I walked up and down the street one time because there's a mosque at one end, and then from one light to the other, I counted 22 hookah spots on one street.
Lots of hookah.
On one block. And there's 4 hookah bars that they're touching each other. So there's 2 hookah bars on this side that touch, and 2 on that side, just because in case you want to walk outside of one and go right into another. So I went there. I went to a pharmacy in the Arab district, and everyone is asking specifically for the Johnson & Johnson. When I got there, I was like, "These are my people."
Really?
This is the. They were like,
I guess I didn't even. I thought you just got whatever place you went.
See, you're not a free thinker like me.
Oh man, I got the Moderna, and honestly, I wanted Pfizer.
Why?
I don't know. Pfizer sounds more. Moderna sounds like it's like, hey, they're trying to be like those pharmaceutical companies. It's like, hey, we're not the bad guy. We've got a cool name. We're modern.
No,
we're like an essential oil company.
That's like the worst company is the one that tries to tell you they're good.
Exactly. That's why I wanted Pfizer, because it's just straight up like science and chemicals.
I don't know which one. No, it's Bayer. Bayer's the Nazi company that like killed thousands of people, like testing aspirin on people.
Really?
Yeah. So they're all pharmaceuticals are evil.
Yeah, that's.
And I figured I'm gonna go with the company that has no more teeter shampoo.
Yeah.
That's I want to be easy as possible. I think Johnson & Johnson just settled with a giant lawsuit for killing thousands of people too recently.
Oh my gosh.
So I went there. I was among my conspiracy people.
Yes.
They all wanted the J&J. And the doctor was like, I also. It was the sketchiest place. I went into a back room, just absolutely dirty.
It's like Dr. Nick from The Simpsons.
Dude.
I also got the J&J.
Yes,
Hello.
He. I don't know what this room was. They had like a card table set up in one corner, and I sat on like a plastic lawn chair.
Oh man.
And they just had all the medical stuff on the card table. I'm like, oh, the floors were all dirty. So what it was they had converted a bathroom into the back office.
Gross.
Because I could see the on a toilet, the wax ring hole.
Yeah.
They had that, and they had that plugged up in the corner of the floor.
Nice. Good.
So there was like the bathroom mirror, and I'm sitting just on a plastic chair, and he comes in, he's like, I also got this one. It's the good one. And I was just like, oh, thank God. Thank God that a backroom sketchy doctor told me it was the good one.
Did you get a doc? He was a doctor?
I think you have to be a doctor to get it.
I don't know. I
to
went,
give it.
I don't know, because I went to a CVS or a, what do they call them out here?
Can I vape in your house?
Yeah. Just blow it onto my plant, though. So, is that good for plants?
Probably.
Yeah, right. The carbon. I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
My plants are dying. It made me sad.
Oh yeah, by the way, we're in Andrew Hobbs' house.
Oh yeah, I didn't have to go to Queens.
That's why you agreed to do this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if my guy was a doctor. I was at a CVS, excuse me, or a Walgreens or whatever, and we went into his little office, and he looked like a doctor, I guess.
Yeah, did he have the little mirror on his forehead?
Yeah, he had the little mirror.
Was he as much of a doctor as I am?
Yeah,
Just like has a badge and a lab coat.
He had a cigarette just hanging out of the side of his mouth, and the ash was dangling.
He's an old school doctor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, are you smoking? You should be.
I
You're a little
should
heavy.
Yeah, he's like, you gotta.
You're a little.
It's good for your bronchitis.
Dude, do you know anybody who do you know any 90-year-olds who smoke?
No, they're all dead.
No.
Well, no, I grew up I grew up
Yeah.
religious. I didn't know a smoker until.
There's a few old people that smoke till they're 90, and you're like, you should not quit.
Yeah.
You should
Yeah,
keep
something
doing
is keeping you alive.
whatever you're doing. You need to keep doing it and do more of it.
I think it's the itch. They get that I need another cigarette so I can live
Oh,
another
okay.
5. Right? They're about to die and they're like, I'm gonna.
They're like,
You know, to be good.
they're walking towards the lights.
Yeah.
Let
Let me just stop. Hold up. I'm gonna stop. Going to heaven and just have a little just one drag.
I like that theory.
Yeah.
That's
It's
good.
just the next cigarette is keeping them alive.
If they're in a coma, just blow a little cigarette smoke.
They'll
into
come
there.
right out. They'll come right out. So my guy, I don't know what he was. He seemed doctorish, but he could have been just a phlebotomist. Not just. I'm sure that's a lot.
That's a real doctor.
No, phlebotomist is not a doctor.
That's a blood doctor.
No.
What is a phlebotomist?
You could be a phlebotomist.
Real? Oh, there's the
Yeah, they're like. I mean, not to disparage the medical community, but they're like a
You're gonna get
sub-nurse.
letters.
A phlebotomist, we had people in high school that were phlebotomists.
No, okay,
like
yeah.
RNs, not RNs. That's a nurse. Like the.
Do you put phlebotomist above or below nurses?
I put them below.
Below
They're
nurses.
and if they're anything, they're more probably towards a pharmacist.
Do you put pharmacists below nurses?
No, but I put them below doctors.
You put them to the side.
Yeah, they're
All right.
to the side. So whatever my guy was, you know what he was? He was the pharmacist. I remember. I looked at his.
There it is.
Yeah. So I don't know what that actually is, but he told me when he gave me the shot. He said, I asked him if I need to keep the card, and he goes, "Yes, but they're not official cards.
Yeah.
Like the CDC hasn't put any official cards out, so you can. There's really no way to prove that this is a real card." I was like, "What?"
He was giving you advice on just fill out
Yeah,
the
it's like
second
you
one.
could just get a card or photocopy it or download it
Yeah,
and
yeah.
scribble.
You're wasting your time. sitting
Yeah,
here.
exactly. And I was like,
You're
well,
wasting
what
my time.
especially now that we're going into where you might have to show your ID and your whatever.
Yeah, the vaccine
the
passport.
vaccine passport.
The one that all the conspiracy nuts said would happen, and then I was like, no.
Here's the thing. What do I care? But I want it to be real. I don't want to have something fake that anybody could copy.
How would you driver's license or what?
Sure, I don't know.
You want some holograms in there?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a rule follower. I don't feel like my personal freedoms are infringed upon, especially because we gave up our personal freedoms a long time ago.
When do you think that was? After 9/11?
Probably before. I don't know. We have to have government IDs, all this stuff. That's what I think. So people sign up on social media for all sorts of stuff, and then they're like, I don't want the government selling my information. This private company that has way more ethics.
Yeah, no, they're all they're all stealing everything. Are you afraid your nudes are out there? That the government has seen your nudes?
If they haven't said anything. So either they're the best.
What do you mean they haven't said? There's a room in the back of the NSA headquarters in the Utah desert, laughing at your penis. Right
Well, that's
now.
what I'm gonna say. But they haven't said anything about it.
They haven't made it public.
Yeah.
All right.
So
you're
I can.
cool?
Yeah, they're cool. They passed the vibe check.
They're-
Let me say this right now: the NSA has passed the vibe check because none of my embarrassing things have been leaked.
So you trust them.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
Yeah, man. You know who I don't trust? Is
Who?
some nerd on Reddit with a vendetta.
It's Facebook, the Zuck.
Yeah, man. The Zuck. I don't trust the Zuck. He puts on too much sunscreen.
Whenever I send nudes through, let's say, Instagram,
WhatsApp.
I'm always just like, man, I should. There's a whole team of interns laughing at my penis right now, just
I
at
don't
Facebook
know.
headquarters.
I mean, so far Tim Cook and Apple says they haven't
Mm-hmm.
So all my nudes were sent through text.
Text, I think, is only the government has them.
But you got to be confident that whoever you're sending to isn't going to share. And so far, my wife has been very.
Is that the only
secretive.
lady with your nudes? Yes.
Yeah.
No.
There's no video to this, right?
No.
No, I've sent a nude.
How old were you when you sent your first nude? Because
No, an adult, an
okay.
adult man.
iPhone past iPhone 8.
I never even had the iPhone 8.
Okay, but you know what the era I'm talking? Because I was like,
Yeah.
I remember
I was like 30.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember being in high school, getting my first like sidekick flip thing, and I was just like, oh yeah, it's on now.
No. I didn't even know. Like, dude, I'm like terrified of having kids because they really do have to deal with so much more than I'm.
No,
and I thought I had to deal with a lot.
No, we had it. We were born exactly when the internet became a thing, so we got a taste of old 1800s life.
Yeah,
where it's just like, here's the TV, here's 800 channels. It's easy, it's consumable.
I had to I remember we had a TV that was set in a wood box. You know what I'm talking about?
I had one of those, and I had to warm up.
Yeah, you turn it on, and it's like the channel was a dial. It was like thump, 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 thump,
Yeah.
and it only had up to 10. And then I remember we upgraded to another TV within a wood box, and I would turn it. You can maybe see this in the video if you ever post it. I would lay on the ground right in front of the TV and just turn the channel with my toe because it didn't have a remote. Like kids now, like they're gonna have to. I'm like afraid to have kids. They're gonna be sexting the minute they leave the hospital.
I think
at birth.
I think. Well, you're not gonna give them a phone till what? If you have a kid right now, what age do you give them a phone?
I don't know, man. My nephew is 13. He has a phone.
It's crazy seeing the kids who are like 3 and just glued to an iPad. They're doomed for life.
Yeah. They're gonna develop like a strong back of neck because their head will be down. They'll turn into those bighorn sheep. They can just ram heads.
Have a permanent bend.
They'll have no chins because it'll just grow straight from their chest.
I think if I had kids, I want to say like 12 to 14 is when you give them a phone. And then I've said this before. What I would do with my sons, I'd be like, don't do it, but you're gonna do whatever. If you send a guy's nudes, feels so much more embarrassing, right? There's a lot less risk. If everyone's gonna share it, it's to share to laugh at you.
Yeah.
It's not like everyone's passing around your nudes to be like, oh my god, yeah, and it's like not like a fire. Whereas if I had like a daughter, my whole plan with her is I'm going to be like, hey, do not send anyone your nudes before you turn 18, because then you're going to devalue your nudes when you start an OnlyFans.
Oh my god.
You still want that option on the table.
Oh no.
And so I'm just like, just don't do it. And you have to be immediately open with sex and all of that with them.
Oh, dude, which is hard. I can't even talk to my wife openly about sex.
No.
Oh no.
Not at all. What do you ever want to ask for anything?
No. Well,
look into the camera and ask her right now.
Well, here's the thing. She surprisingly she's a little bit more prudish than I am.
Wow, really?
Yeah. At least when it comes to that, she is very woke. She is fine with like all sorts of cultures. And by that I mean
what is it? Where's this going?
Well, just like I get real like I was like, oh, drug cult, like you can't do drugs.
Yeah.
You know, and she's like if you can be whoever. She's legit one of those people where it's like be you.
Yeah.
I want everyone to know. While I don't think I can be an ally because I don't know if you have to do you have to pass a test?
No, you don't have to.
But I am embarrassed of every group, so I can't. I can only be so much of an ally because everything everyone does embarrasses me.
Your own naked body in the mirror.
Oh, yeah. What, you think I have confidence?
You're just like
no.
Because you and I we come from a Mormon upbringing background, and that guilt stays with you for life. You have to do a lot of work unpacking that.
And you know what? I don't think guilt is always bad.
No, it's good to be guilty sometimes. When you do something bad, you should feel guilty.
Yeah. I feel like we need to reintroduce, kind of like how they reintroduce wolves into the wild, like just subtly. Like we need to reintroduce just a scooch of shame.
For what specifically?
Oh man, if more people were ashamed of themselves,
we
would have no terrorists. They wouldn't be like, how can I blow up this building?
Mm-hmm.
when I myself can't stop eating cheeseburgers. You know what I mean?
That's my thing is, when it comes to the body positivity movement, I'm just like, look, be proud of your body, but I'm not proud of mine.
Yeah.
Until I get abs, then I'll be proud. Just to be like,
well, if I got abs, then I'd be ashamed that I wasn't proud of my body and I had to improve it, and now I'm shallow.
why would you wait? Even if you had abs,
Yeah.
you
Don't worry, it doesn't go away if things get better.
no, that is body dysmorphia.
That's why you need a little bit of shame, just a little bit of shame to keep you even.
I like that. I think you'd be a good ally.
Thank you.
I think as long as you're not doing active harm to the LGBT community, you are an ally.
Oh, good.
I'm going to say.
Well, I don't know if that's the case because I do absolutely nothing, but I do nothing for straight people too.
You don't do anything against, though.
Yeah.
So
That's what I mean. It's not like I'm pushing a straight agenda.
Yeah. So
I'm just as embarrassed of them.
you're not attending the straight shame parades. Do you remember hearing about the straight pride parade?
No.
There was a straight pride parade somewhere, right when the LGBT stuff was first hitting, and then I think like 10 people showed up, and it was like everyone was like, "Woo, we're walking down the street." It's just that kind of
Yeah. Well, like, what are they gonna? Because here's the thing. I think I went to the gay pride.
Yeah.
For first time ever
Here in New York.
here in New York. Wild.
Did you ever go to the one in Utah?
It was. You know what? I've been told. I've been to the one in Utah.
It's all right.
I heard the opposite. I heard it was actually just as crazy.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean,
I guess my idea of a parade is the most tame, boring.
Well, that's why I think
I'm just like, this is it. It's a parade. This is like,
yeah.
this is for like 80-year-old women to like, woo.
If you want more
there's
people,
some people clapping on the back of a Dodge truck. Yeah, they got a banner. And sometimes if it's a good parade, they have a live band and they're marching, and it's just parades suck. I
Dude,
hate parades.
if you want more people to join your cause, stop parades.
Yeah.
No one likes a parade. Like, but I am one of those guys. So at the gay pride parade, I was watching people dance on top of a truck, and just
how naked were they?
I saw no peens.
Okay, you see some tits.
No, they
some
had
areola.
like little
They had the
stickers on 'em.
pasties.
Yeah.
Those are called pasties.
Oh, they're glue stick pasties.
Mm-hmm.
And then I mean, one fellow was wearing pretty short shorts, but they were dancing and they were caving in the cab of this guy's box truck.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like
you're an
like,
ally. You're
this
not
is-
going to say anything.
this is turning into a riot. Stop those youths.
but you didn't say anything because you're an ally.
No, yeah, because I'm an ally. I'm like,
You're-
well, I wouldn't do that, and I'd be very upset if I showed up and people did that to my car. But
Did you feel anything at the what is the pride parade?
like, did it move?
No, but I mean, did you feel anything in your soul? Maybe it didn't move. I don't know.
No.
There's women. There's beautiful women at the pride parade. Where that is the one thing I do.
Yeah, if you're a
enjoy.
horned up straight man and you want to see some boobies, gay pride,
No, that's why my whole
Yeah,
thing
you'll
is.
see a lot.
I'm just like I don't care what orientation you are, what you identify as. If you got a pussy and boobs, I'm there for it. Like I'm into you.
You're supportive.
That's I don't know. I'm supportive of the other people. It's just
Yeah.
like I'm not. It's not gonna turn me on.
Yeah,
So-
I there's a movie I think with like Paul Rudd, and he plays like a hippie, and he wants to be very supportive, and there's like this couple wants to have a threesome with him,
Yeah.
and so he's like supposed to be engaged with the guy, and so it's like he tries it, but you can just tell he's like not into it, and he's like, I'm sorry, I can't do this.
So he's like, they're both fucking the lady, and he's like, well, I got to spread it around.
Yeah, well, the guy starts kissing his neck, so then and you can just tell he's like, so he stops, and he's like, and then
Yeah.
he apologizes. I feel like that would be me.
Would you have a
Being like-
threesome?
Well, no, my thing is more. It's like I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Yeah.
I'm not against, but I'm so sorry. Like I don't think you have to apologize for not being gay.
No, you don't have to
But
apologize
I
for
feel like
anything.
I do.
You do.
Yeah, I feel like I do.
Because you have straight shame.
Yeah. Huh.
You just shame and guilt.
Yep.
And you want to introduce a little bit more to
I just
everyone.
want everyone to have a little bit more. I'm not saying like bully people. I'm not saying other people should shame,
Yeah.
but everyone
Internally.
should. Yeah, everyone should have just a little thing they're sick of.
You should just want more. You should want to be better.
Yeah,
Or
you should
not
just
better, but
every
like,
day you should stare at the wall in the shower and think about what you said yesterday.
Yeah.
Like,
I
when-
usually do that.
You know when you like come up to someone and it's like a girl I work with, she said, "Peace out, Boy Scouts," And I think she
Oh.
should stand in the shower
think
and think about that 3 weeks later, being like,
Dude,
what the hell did I say?
She's gonna be on her deathbed at 90 years old, just being like, I can't believe I said peace
Yeah.
out, Boy Scouts.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, she should be ashamed. There should be more shame.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And the only time someone else should bring it up is like, for example, your example of she's on her deathbed.
Mhm.
Someone should lean in to give her a kiss on the cheek
and then say,
remember,
oh, I thought you were just gonna say she should just
Just
deliver
say-
it back to her.
peace out, Boy Scout.
and then she
she
the
dies.
last thing she ever hears and dies.
Yeah.
And then as she gets to the pearly gates, it's like, hey, check out, it's the Boy Scout. Just you're welcome to hell, bitch.
Later, Gator.
Oh,
You know.
I like a later. See you later, alligator.
Well, you know,
that's
I mean,
a classic.
We've all said something that it's just like you should be like, what am I talking about?
Dude, I've said some stuff where it just immediately, as it comes out of my mouth, I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And then it like lives with me for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But luckily, I have a short-term memory, so it's a superpower. It's a blessing and a
Ah.
curse. Where I'm just like, I forgot it. Now I'm thinking of it now again because you made me think of it. But
Yeah, well, I'm the same way, and I firmly believe if I had a better memory, I would be the funniest comedian in
I don't think
in the
that's
world.
true.
No, I wouldn't.
I don't think
Because-
I think you would be
A-
just
a
right where you
medium-
are.
Yeah, maybe, but I just can't. I feel like I've said things where people will tell me, "Remember you did this so funny," and I'm like, "No,
That's why you got to film
that
your
wasn't me."
sets.
Well, not even. I'm not talking on stage. I'm talking about like I could develop better material. I guess
Yeah,
because
everyone can.
I just can't remember things I've said. I mean, even maybe on stage, I record all my stuff, but
It's so
I,
hard.
I hate going back. It's that shame. I hate going back to listen to it. It's like, ugh.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, it's
And that's
It's
why
awful.
I think those are good people. People who do feel shame and guilt a little bit. I also maybe one of my things is like one of my like weird fetishes is like Catholic nuns, and I'm wondering if it like deals into
wait, like a sex fetish? Or wait, question.
Yeah.
Are all fetishes fetishitis?
fetishes.
Fettuccinis? Is that
Feti-
are they all sexual?
fettuccinize?
To be a fetish, does
yeah,
it have to
fetish
be
is
a
always
sexual
sexual.
thing?
I don't think.
So it's like cheeseburgers, just because they're good, is not a fetish.
No, that's an addiction or something.
Okay.
A fetish is specifically.
So this is a sexual thing with Catholic nuns. Proceed.
I think a fetish is specifically something sexual that is not considered normal. So like foot fetish,
Gotcha.
furry fetish.
So just you can't have a sex fetish because sex is normal.
maybe if you had like a lot of it, like you're like
Like
I can't,
too much
I can't
sex?
get enough. Like you're fucking like 3 times a day.
Well, I just feel like remember when Tiger Woods came out and they was like he's a sex addict, and I was like,
It's not a fetish.
that's
it's
everybody
he's
is
an addict.
wants more sex.
Well, when you're cheating on your
right?
wife,
Except for my wife.
you don't need to look in the camera for that.
Just kidding.
Yeah, is everything good?
Yeah, it's fine.
Are you guys equal on that? Or
Equal on the amount of sex we
no,
want.
you just vibe as because I've been in relationships before where she couldn't get enough and it was perfect for me.
Oh, yeah?
and then I've been in other ones where it's just like not today, and I'm like, it's always better to exhaust yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I think in that sense, then yes, it's. I probably always want. I don't know. She's pretty good.
No, you don't have
You
to.
know what I mean?
You don't have to tell me.
Well, dude, I tell you,
But-
if we turn these microphones off,
Yeah, you'll show me.
I'm gonna share with you a lot of secrets that I can't because I want you to tune into my dry bar comedy special.
Oh yeah, you got a dry bar. We'll talk about that. No, I have a nun thing though. Nuns with guns.
None. Wait, how is that? That's too many fetishize.
No, it's not. There's never no such thing as too many.
How?
The more you stack, the
But you
more
can't-
it becomes.
Doesn't that make it harder to find?
Oh yeah. I just like
Nuns with guns.
there's something about a woman holding a gun that I find very attractive. And there's something about like a guilty Catholic.
Oh, so you stormed the Capitol, but for totally different reasons.
Yeah, to meet
You're
a
like,
lady.
Ooh.
Oh man, dude, a woman who knows how to handle a rifle, I'm so turned on by it. It's
Any kind of like.
any kind of gun.
So are you into those like hot cops?
Yes.
Yeah.
Israeli
that's a
defense
hard-
girls.
Yeah, okay.
It's
Yeah, yeah,
just any girls with firearms. It's like it must be like a power thing. I like it.
Is it the same with? Let me
No,
poke.
please
here.
humor my fantasy. I'm only getting harder.
Is it? Is it? Take away the gun. She's now taking apart a manifold on a car.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That's a thing.
I like
still,
it. That's hot. It's
so,
not like a fetish. I'm not like into it, but I get it.
Because I'm trying to think. Is it just a woman doing a typical masculine thing? Like, what if she's building a canoe?
I like that. That's cool.
Okay.
She's
What if she looks like a pinup, very feminine, polka dot dress, pearls, heels, building a canoe?
So now we're venturing into, those like 1950s hot rod girls.
Yeah.
So that's not. I'm not into that.
I like the hair.
The hair. Oh, the
Yeah.
boob fonts.
Yeah, I like pinup hair.
Really?
Yeah. What was the movie Pearl Harbor with Kate Beckinsale?
Yes.
She was hot.
That's a Cowboy Boys favorite.
Is it? Or she is?
Shayne is. Shayne loves that movie.
Oh, he loves Pearl Harbor?
R.I.P. Shayne.
Yeah, R.I.P. man, we're gonna miss you.
It was a good run.
The world knew too little and yet too much.
Do you know how he died?
No, not yet. Not the autopsy hasn't come out.
Oh yeah. We'll figure that out soon.
Yeah, you're gonna have the coroner on, right?
That would be fun.
Yeah, the
Just-
coroner. For
We're gonna
Shayne's-
dissect him live on the Patreon.
Yeah, here's the thing. I feel bad making jokes about his death, but
Why?
well, just because he's not here to defend himself.
Yeah, he's dead.
But man, he went out. If I'm gonna say, from a comedic standpoint, the best way you could ever die.
Mm-hmm. It was really good. Find out next episode.
Nuts. It's wild.
No, I think there's something about religious iconography. Is that the right word? Where I'm like, oh, it's bad, and Jesus sees us doing this.
Oh, I
and
gotcha.
It's so hot.
See, when I think of nuns, it's never been sexualized for me. To me,
Never.
a nun is an old lady.
It's like one of the more common fetishes.
No, I get. Yeah, that's what it just doesn't. It doesn't do it for me, I guess.
What does do it for you? Can you say? Do you have any crazy ones?
No, I think mine are all pretty.
You just like that's
Pretty
the good
norm.
part about growing up Mormon is just the most basic stuff is
Great,
mind
like,
blowing.
like a strong breeze.
You're
was
just
like, oh my.
yeah, you're like, oh my god, is that a boob? Is
Yeah.
that a singular tit?
Oh my gosh! I remember one time in the 7th grade, there was like the hottest girl in school. I don't want to say her name, but her
Say her
name
name,
is so
full name.
great.
Full name.
No,
Give her address out.
will you bleep it?
No.
I don't want to say her whole name, but it was dude. She was just like
What happened?
she was a smoke show.
Yeah.
So hot,
Even
and you know
so-
how. So we'll say all through high school, right?
Okay, yeah.
And she was one of those girls that it's like it was almost like she was a fake person because it was like she got written by a writer's room of like this is
She's too perfect?
well not she was perfect in a sense of like very very pretty, but just that age group for anybody is going to be your most awkward years.
Yeah, but she wasn't.
And she wasn't, but she wasn't like the popular mean girl either. That it seems like you either are confident
Yeah,
and
yeah.
mean or you're.
No,
You're,
there was a few. I remember in high school there was a lot of cool, impossibly hot girls.
Yeah,
and you don't fall into those movie tropes.
Yeah,
There's just
we're-
like that's the thing is. I always like to try and remember is there are cool astronauts and there are bad astronauts at their job.
yeah.
There are doctors who are
Who are
really great
terrible at it.
and there are doctors who are terrible. There are hot astronauts and there are ugly astronauts. It's the full. Well, no matter what you do, you're either really good or
Yeah.
really ugly, and it's like the full mix. It's
I
just
know
what
this because I'm
happens.
bad at my job. And
Yeah, but you're beautiful. You're a beautiful man.
thank you.
So,
So-
life is just random.
Yeah,
That's how
it
it
really
happens.
evens out for me.
And it doesn't even out for everyone.
No.
But for you, yes.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm this girl. She's like this. I grew up, pretty unsure of myself, but
Incredibly sheltered.
well sheltered.
we
But
say
also, it's
that?
like I don't think I was a super confident. Well, as a kid, I was, but it was like all jokes. Like
Yeah, it was
I
the
would
fake-
make fun of myself so no one else could.
Yeah. It's a defense mechanism.
Yeah, I would flirt with girls knowing there was zero chance, but that actually
That
made-
works.
It works, but then when it works, you get too scared.
And then you're like, wouldn't it be cool if you
Yeah.
fuck me? And they're like, yeah, let's do it.
And
And
they're
you're
let's do it. Like,
oh,
oh,
see
never
ya.
mind. But she was standing up behind me. You know how like when someone taps you on like
Yeah.
one so you turn towards the tap, but they're standing on the other side.
Mhm.
So it was one of those situations. I was like drinking water at the drinking fountain, sweaty 8th grader, And
Were you a
I'm-
fat kid or?
No,
were
no,
you,
I was super skinny. I was like super small
So you were
too.
a good-looking 8th grader.
No, I had big giant ears.
That
I'll
doesn't matter.
share a picture with you.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you know
We'll
how like
post it
little
as
kids
the-
drink while they're like, you know,
Yeah,
like,
they're-
they're sucking in air, and she goes, "Well, leave some for us, you camel."
Oh
And now I'm just like,
and you're
because I
still,
recognize her voice, I'm just embarrassed. I'm
it's
like, "Oh,
burned in your
no."
memory.
And I turn because I think she's on one side and she
Mhm.
has shifted, and I turn and it's just I had this open palm as I turned to my left and just cupped her boob, and then like I looked at her, I looked down at my hand and back to her, and I'm just like ghost white, mortified. And
So you
she-
turned. She was being mean to you.
no, well she was teasing,
Yeah,
you
she
know,
was
it's like
teasing
leave
you.
some for us, you camel.
And then you
I'm like, hey,
asserted dominance
Who-
accidentally.
but this is the thing, she took it right back because it wasn't like she didn't get embarrassed at all. She didn't miss a beat. She goes,
Dude.
"You getting fresh?" And I was like, and I have thought about that
Dude,
to this day. Like
what'd you say?
nothing. I just like, no, I wouldn't.
Oh,
I would never.
no, you dropped the bag.
Yeah, no, of course.
Dude, you could have been married. Where's she at now? Is she rich? Is she
I
famous?
think she went. Last I heard, she had moved to. She went to the University of Tennessee or something like that.
Well, if she's out there.
I've looked her up.
Yeah.
I can't find her. That's
She's
the thing.
dead.
She's
She's
probably
probably
too
dead.
cool. She doesn't have any
No, she
social
probably
media.
died. You could have saved her.
No, dude.
she.
I would be interested to see if she turned out as cool as I have
Yeah,
envisioned in my
your
head.
memory. I remember when I was a kid for Mormon General Conference, I got to be an usher once
Oh, at the actual place?
at the actual place. It's so stupid. And
Is that the equivalent of a choir boy?
Yeah, kind of. I didn't get molested though.
Yeah. Oh.
I made it all through Boy Scouts and church without ever getting molested.
You
How
know,
about you?
me too. So I don't know if it was like I would have been shocked, I guess, to hear it was happening, but I guess everyone's a little shocked.
Like I kind of get it, and I've like my church was really not a lot going on. Just old people waiting to die, and then I was the only kid there.
Yeah.
So
Do you think? I mean, I'm not going to dive into this too much, but like, do you think there was less of that going on because there wasn't the celibacy rules?
what do you mean?
Well, you couldn't have certain callings unless you were married.
Oh, in the church?
Yeah, it was
no.
like the opposite. Like, you
think-
couldn't be a bishop unless you're married.
Oh, you think of the Mormon church?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
there's,
yeah.
There's plenty of abuse going
Is there?
on in every
Oh.
single church.
I
Especially
apologize, everyone.
No, and I think the celibacy thing does fuck with people's heads,
Yeah.
and that's what it does. That's why the Catholic Church is like rampant with it.
Yeah.
Where Mormons are just they have their own weird molestation problems,
Oh, I wonder.
but not as bad as the Catholics.
Hmm.
I mean, maybe, who knows? Someone fresh me up on the statistics.
Well, I'll look into it, everybody.
yeah.
I'll-
I keep getting ads on Instagram asking if
For-
I was molested by
Really?
the Boy Scouts, and I'm just like, no, sorry, I can't get in on that that
That-
lawsuit.
What do they call that?
Class action.
Class action. You can get 84 cents.
Yeah, for
I'm-
getting
I'm good.
molested.
You can keep that. Speaking of that, I got $1. The state of Utah sent me $1.
Oh shit, nice. For
Yeah.
what?
I don't know. I guess my tax return.
Dude, they probably
A
were.
single dollar?
It
Just
was-
keep that.
It was probably like, if you accept this dollar and cash it, we admit no guilt. You could have like sued
Yeah.
them for like thousands.
Well, I have not cashed it yet. I don't know where it went. I'm gonna tweet Spencer Cox though, the governor.
Is he?
like-
He's the governor now.
He's the governor now. I'm gonna be like, hey, you want your $1 back?
Yeah.
See what he does. I mean,
That's
they're
a-
hurting for cash. I think
That's like a normal comedy residual. If you're a writer on a show,
Yeah.
and after it's off the air and just in syndication or whatever, you get hundreds of checks for like
Hundreds of
85
checks.
cents. You gotta
Yeah.
go mass cash, sign every one of them.
Man, just direct deposit that.
I remember,
Or donate it.
but I remember when I was the usher at this conference.
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
As since we're speaking of childhood boners, I remember I was outside on like the terrace kind of thing, and this woman, one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen, walked by, and
Dude,
this
Utah's got a lot of hot ladies.
Utah does.
Super hot
I
ladies.
think there's a few places in the world where ugly men date way above their league.
Oh my
I think
gosh.
Russia is one of them
Mhm.
because all the old men died in World War II, and so women had to like. There was more women than men,
Yeah.
so then all the losers got married, and it set a precedence where they're like, yeah, it lowered the bar. I think New York is definitely a place where I see a lot of bumbling fatzos like me
Yeah.
just with impossibly hot models.
Dude, I feel like, and it could be because like models, what defines a model has changed. But like, I don't find a lot of the ladies here attractive.
No, that's my big type. It's just
Yeah.
eating disorder. Just they have big bags under their eyes. Oh, I love when you can.
That's how I want to look. I want to look like the front man of a band that has a heroin problem. Like
yeah,
like
see?
my
You get it.
cheekbones look real good.
No, and they have the heroin chic, like
Yeah,
90s girls.
That's what I want.
That's my favorite. I admit it's a problem, but I'm into it. I don't know where it came from. It's just ever since I was a kid, I'm just like, I like that.
Well, I've always liked girls with like tattoos, and I think that's because you were not supposed to have them.
Because you have that tattoo fetish.
Yeah, I guess so.
There you go.
That's why I'm so attracted to Shayne.
Yeah. R.I.P.
All right. Okay, you were an usher.
Oh yeah, so I was an usher, and it's just burned in the back of my skull. I'm standing there, and this gust of wind comes up and blows up her skirt.
Oh.
And I just saw her underwear, and I'm just like, oh, this is in my memory until I die. It'll probably be one of my deathbed memories. And I was just like trying to hide my boner in front of hundreds of people standing there. And I could not believe it. And so it is. The one thing I miss about being religious, which maybe you still like and you still get to enjoy, is the shameful erections. Like looking at porn and everything was so much when I thought I was going to hell. When I thought I was going to hell, when I thought I was going to die from it, it was so much better. Now it's just like, jerk it off. It means nothing. I want to kill myself. Back then, I was just like, oh, I'm going to go straight to hell.
Yeah, maybe you need to introduce that. Maybe it'd light a fire and it'd make things more exciting.
Yeah, like introduce danger or?
Well, no, just I guess a little bit of eternal danger.
Eternal danger. I wish I could go back. There's a lot of parts I miss.
There's no going back for you. It's
No,
it's too late.
No, I could repent on my deathbed. But I don't think I'm talking about. I wish I could go back now. I wish I could unveil my eyes.
You know, if I were a skeezy dude, that's not I could have gotten so many girls.
Yeah, of course.
They see me as like a freaking crocodile tooth in their Crocodile Dundee hat or a notch in the belt or whatever, you know?
Well,
when it I remember
what do you mean
as an
specifically?
intern? I was an intern in Houston.
Is it because you're married or like you're a clean Mormon boy?
No,
or what
I don't think married has anything.
Oh, it does.
Does it? I am not on anybody's radar now.
No, the fact that you have a ring on your finger, you're more. Women can smell that on you.
No,
if they
that's a thing men write about in those
this is universal
Playboy articles.
This is real. When I'm single, like not talking to any girls, not talking to anyone, women have a sixth sense and they know you got no hoes in your circle. When women know that you're married, they see that you are married, that you are with someone. And so as soon as you start talking to some girl and you become interested, develop a relationship, then I think women have a sixth sense and they can start telling that you are more, because you're less attainable. And I don't know if it's like if I like act subconsciously different, but once you get one, 5 more follow always. And when you're in a relationship, 20 more are they're watching. You might not feel it, but they're stalking you right now. They see that ring. And they're just waiting. they're on the sidelines.
I believe that's true, but I believe it's true for like super handsome dudes.
You're super handsome. You're
I'm like in comedy.
You're
a higher number.
You're comedy 9. I would give you.
I don't know if I'm that high, but because like you got like Jeff Dye, like those guys are like Matt Broussard.
Oh yeah,
they're like 80s villains. Handsome, you know what I mean? Like,
we had him on the podcast.
Did you really?
I saw him in person. Very beautiful.
He's a cool guy.
Very beautiful man.
Yeah, he's really nice. He's super handsome, but like in the comedy world, he is a 10.
Yeah. No,
you know what I mean? You get him outside, he's a handsome guy, but in the comedy world, he's way up there. Maybe in the comedy world, I'm above a 5.
I give you an 8 or a 9. You're up there.
Thank you.
In the comedy world,
in the
real world.
But what I found, so I worked my old boss when I was doing design. He was like a handsome guy, but he was a handsome guy. He was through his career. I mean, he's still fairly young. He's maybe like late 30s.
Yeah, would you fuck him?
Well, I mean, I would, but
Yeah, is that
but he was a
beautiful?
yeah.
Have you ever-
Well, he
have
was
you
like
ever
a
seen guy-
rugged, handsome guy. You know, he looked like
Oh, okay, you like the lumberjack.
yeah. He looked
You
he looked
kinda-
like a more fit Sheriff Hopper from Stranger Things.
All right.
But he was an adjunct professor, and so all like I think that put him in like an authority figure, and like
Oh, you
college girls were
respect-
just like loving
Oh
him.
yeah, no.
And now he's married. I think it's more they're like jealous of his wife.
Who did he marry? A college girl?
I never actually met her. But she's very pretty.
Was she young? That's a big
No,
thing.
I mean,
Professors.
she looks young, but she doesn't look. I wouldn't say there's a big age difference.
Okay.
But my point is, I think people see a handsome married guy, and it's even more attractive.
Yeah.
But if you get just like a regular Joe that's married, it's not like, oh, now I'm attracted to this buck-toothed fella.
No, there's a I think there's a king of queens kind of thing going on. If there's like a fat guy, but he's married, he's more attracted than a fat single guy for sure.
That's true.
So it amplifies it.
Yeah,
That's why some guys go around to wear. There's a whole Seinfeld episode where Costanza wore the ring.
that's true.
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
real.
And therefore, it's Seinfeld. It is real.
It's real in the
The-
real world. That's why I'm going to start wearing. I'm going to say I'm Mormon and I'm a polygamist, and here are my 5 rings because it's going to be 5 times as good, right?
Oh my gosh.
Just wearing a ring on it. This is Samantha, Betty, Emily. It's just,
Laura Jane.
and it's like, you want to join? You want to join the
I
coven?
got room for one more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's funny is like, okay, it's a joke that I think is funny because it's dumb, and I say it every time. Anytime I see a pilot not flying an airplane, I say, and to me, it's even funnier when they're not even in the
Do you
plane.
say this to the pilot?
Oh yeah.
To
I say,
them, to their face.
Hey, if you're not here, who's flying the plane?
That's pretty good. That's a good dad
Right,
joke.
It's a great dad joke.
That's a great dad
It's
joke.
super funny to do when they're deadheading and they're sitting in like an actual chair because
Yeah.
they're just traveling. It's to me, it's even funnier to do when they're in like the luggage claim
Yeah.
because it's like they'll even say sometimes like that joke doesn't even work right now,
Yeah, no.
and that is so much funnier.
That's why I love. There's nothing I love more than a joke that only I get.
Exactly.
That
If
only me gets to enjoy, and is at the expense of other people. And I'm just laughing in my head, and people are like, "What the fuck is this?"
It is
It's
like-
so.
If you're the only audience, it is the best. It's all inside jokes.
Yeah.
That being said, so going back to the polygamy thing, being Mormon, the joke I hear the most
Mhm.
is, how many moms did you have?
Yeah, yeah,
Or
that's,
like, how many, and I'm like, okay, I get it. I do the pilot joke. Do it all you want. But just know, no one thinks that would be good.
Having a
No.
bunch of moms.
Yeah. Well, no, having a bunch of moms might be nice. But I really like my mom.
It'd be cool if you didn't like some of your moms, but then you had your favorite mom, so you'd have options. It would be nice there.
Yeah, that would be great. But the
Or,
thought
like,
of
if
like
you're-
being married to multiple, like being married's great. I love it. I love my wife, but 2 of my wives would be the worst.
Oh, it's my fantasy.
Other than if it was just a duplicate clone of my wife, I wouldn't mind asking for some fantasies to be fulfilled.
Yeah, 2 of the same.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because I can't. I'm not gonna show up and tell my wife that I'm interested in a threesome
Why not?
because that drives a wedge.
No, it doesn't.
No wedges.
No,
But if she had a direct clone,
no, here's the
I'd be like,
thing.
would your clone be interested?
Here-
It's not
here's
cheating.
here's how I think you do it.
Sorry, family, if you hear this.
This is me talking to you about threesomes.
Yes.
You already
Yes.
established that you can't do it. You're
Yeah.
safe.
Couldn't perform.
I think the secret is not a secret, but I think if you wanted to have a threesome, is you don't want to find a girl that you're also attracted. I mean, you do want to find someone else you're attracted to, but it's not like your wife is here and then you also want to fuck this girl. You want to go through your wife or girlfriend. So you want your girlfriend or
to
wife
bring someone?
to have her girlfriend.
No,
And then the
I
third-
think
the
that's
third
just
girl-
as bad.
The third girl knows that she's the girlfriend and that this is the top. This is my woman.
So you need like a lion's den order, like an alpha
Oh, yeah.
male, alpha female.
I think that's how polygamy works too. Is like the first
I think there's a first wife, right?
yeah, the first wife is there and you love them all equally, but everyone knows the first wife
is the head of the house.
is the
and in
number
charge.
one and she's been there the longest. She gets to say.
So I mean, who knows why people do polygamy? I know like the
I know
churches
why.
for a reason.
I know
but
why I would do it.
It would is for sex?
That is one aspect.
No, I think that would be the worst way to go about getting more sex. Just have an open marriage.
Why not that too? I want to be polygamous.
Polygamous with an open marriage.
With an open marriage. Just be like, sorry, wife number 1 through 3. I'm gonna go sleep with this other girl.
That is like when YouTube
Cheating on your
announced
wives.
you could watch videos while in another app. Like
Yeah. Picture
like just pick one app, man. You don't need a movie and YouTube going on at the same time.
No way.
Open marriage polygamy. Nice.
That's what I'm gonna be famous for that.
See, I think if you go the threesome way, I just don't see, unless you're like a really open-minded sex person and you have another open-minded sex person and you're into it more for like,
Yeah.
I just don't buy like the swinger mentality. It's like and I'm sure maybe
swingers is just like wife swap.
yeah,
So-
whatever it is. People that have the open relationships, I'm like, why don't you just date other people? And I guess I don't get what. To me, if my wife, I feel like it would drive this weird wedge where I'd be like attracted and want new stuff. And so if you bring a new person in, I think I would think about that person more.
You
And I
think
don't-
about them more.
well,
more.
not more than my wife, but more than I'm thinking about them now.
Yes.
And I think that's bad.
I think-
Not bad, but you know what I mean. Bad for me.
Yeah. No, I think I would.
I don't know. I feel like I'm a super sheltered sex therapist right now.
Yeah. No, you are extremely sheltered.
Where it's just like, well, if you feel comfortable, maybe kiss on the mouth.
Yeah. No,
don't
that's
know.
especially in an open relationship. You need the rules. You gotta set them all up. You gotta be like, all right, you can kiss them. You can't hold hands. I'm comfortable with this. That's the
Yeah.
main. That's the main thing. Also, I don't think polygamists. They don't sleep with most of their wives together. It's only one at a
No,
time.
I think that's against the rules.
Is it really?
I think so.
And that's where they lose me.
That's where
I want a big old bed.
Well, it's like how it started was like there were not enough dudes, right? And there were more women, and
What do you mean?
especially in church, in the
Are you
Mormon
talking
church.
like Mormon style
yeah,
or like old biblical style?
Well, I have no idea. I mean, I'm
'Cause it makes-
assuming it's the same reason.
It makes sense in biblical times because like guys were just getting their heads chopped off with swords, and it's like, oh, I gotta marry my brother's wife.
yeah,
'Cause
but it's also if we believe marriage is part of the whatever to get to heaven, right?
yeah.
And so if there aren't enough dudes,
There
and
aren't
a
enough
ton of women, and those women can't get into heaven without being married,
Yeah.
you adjust the rules on how many people you can marry.
Does the Mormon Church allow for women to marry more men? No, right?
Oh, I don't know. No, I mean, yeah, you can, but I guess it's technically you can only be sealed.
To
a
one.
dude can be sealed to many.
Yeah, that's a
woman can-
problem. A woman can only be sealed to one man, and it becomes a problem with Mormon divorce.
Yeah, how awkward would that be?
Being like, oh, I don't want to see you in the afterlife.
Yeah,
you messed up so bad here on Earth
yeah.
that this is not gonna work out. Yeah, I don't want it. I get it. No, but
I mean, I'm not saying it's right, and I'm glad they did away with it.
I'm saying it's wrong that they did away with it.
Yeah,
Bring polygamy back. I can handle it. I could do it.
yeah. You and Warren Jeffs were just
Mm-hmm.
two sides of the same coin, but one would have been good, and one was bad.
I think I would do it a little better. I would wait till they're 18. Wasn't he marrying his own daughters too?
Dude, I don't know what that guy was up to.
that was really.
All I know too is like, what's the deal with polygamous, like modern polygamists, and wearing all like pastel colors? Have you seen the picture?
Oh, you mean like with the bonnets and stuff?
Well,
or
no, not just the bonnets, but like they're wearing like robin egg blue and light pinks and light yellow, like spring colors, and all the time.
I think that's
They
like
just like a weird uniform.
I think it's just the cult aspect of it.
And I guess maybe they took their family photo in springtime. Maybe that's why.
Maybe I think it's cult colors. There's some real science of those like baby blues and light pinks that really
Yeah.
are calming.
They resonate with people.
And they don't make you think too hard. You know about like Pepto-Bismol pink when you paint a room?
yeah, well,
It
I
like
mean,
makes you go insane
Yeah, like-
after a while. They, like,
there's a color theory that I know.
I don't know. Maybe they just like it.
Yeah,
Maybe it looks good on. Maybe it's easy to match. That'd be hard to
they
match.
just don't strike me as people that would do color theory in their polygamist.
Maybe
cult.
that's how because you have so many wives, you don't remember. So you just like have a mnemonic.
These ones all wear yellow.
Yeah. By you match by the family and the kids.
Oh,
But I'm saying like this is my Monday wife, my Tuesday wife,
yeah.
whatever, and so you just remember the colors, so you don't have to remember
Do you
the
think
names.
it would be hard to have a relationship with your dad if you let's even say Warren Jeffs was not a creep Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just your regular run of the mill polygamy. You think you'd like if you had 30 siblings? Do you think you'd get any dad time? Like
I
they
think
talk about like overrun classrooms, right?
Yeah, no, you would if your dad was a polygamist and there was only one of them, it would be impossible. It's really bad for father-son, father-daughter bonding.
Yeah,
that's
not
where
good.
it loses its weak point because. But here's how I would do it.
What would be worse, having a dad that left or having a dad that was there but like
Fucking your 6 moms.
Yeah. I feel like I wish my dad went for cigarettes and never came back.
I don't know. The polygamous dad might be worse because he's right there, but you
Yeah.
have zero connection to him.
Just some weird dude that's just boning everybody.
Yeah. I think yeah, you'd rather have your dad leave. But here's how I would get around it. I would have only one kid per wife. Keep it equal.
Yeah, you don't want to get overrun.
Because the guys with like 5 kids per wife is just like.
I don't think I'm virile enough. I haven't done a test, but
I haven't had a kid yet, and I've dumped in a lot of women.
that sounds
And I don't
terrible.
no,
like a
it's-
terrible way to phrase that.
No, it's what happens.
That's what they say now.
But I've had a few pregnancy scares,
Really.
but I don't know how real they are because you don't know till like. You don't know how virile you are till you see that ultrasound and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I did it. There it is.
Yeah, I
So-
don't know. Well, you got to an ultrasound part?
No, I'm saying you don't know.
Oh.
So maybe they were just scared.
What would be scarier? Not scarier. That's the wrong word. If someone said you're the dad, or if they thought life was better without you, I'm not telling Mac.
Oh, so like I know that I have a kid like 20 years later?
Maybe, I guess. I mean, for you, if you never know, you never know, I guess. But I feel like that would hurt my feelings a lot more.
To find out later or never
To
find out?
find out a lady was like, oh, I'm not telling him.
It
You
would
know what I mean?
It would hurt your feelings, but it also kind of feel like, oh, thank God she didn't like take money from me, and like I'd also be happier for the kid. Like if she made the decision to like keep me away.
If you're that bad, then it's probably
Yeah,
for the
she's like
best.
she knows what she's doing and raised a good kid and has like found another dad, a better dad than me. I'd be okay with it.
Yeah. Weird.
If having a kid pop out of nowhere when you're not expecting it. Like when you get someone pregnant and you're not expecting it, you're like, oh, okay, we got 9 months to prepare, and this is what we're gonna do. But like to have an already formed human being, especially if they're aged, that's the scariest thing ever. Where they're just like, hey, I've got a
you can,
name and a
like-
personality, and I've already experienced all these things, and you're my dad. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh. So imagine getting a bunch of lady pregnant and then having that happen.
Oh yeah, that would
Nick
be
Cannon style.
Does Nick Cannon have a lot of kids?
Nick Cannon broke up with, who was he dating? He was dating Mariah Carey.
right?
And he broke up with Mariah Carey like a year or two ago.
Uh,
And during the pandemic, he's had three children from 3 different women.
what?
Yeah, he's just dumping.
How you?
And he's like, I think he's like called on God. He's getting a little kooky.
Is he?
He's like, God told me to dump.
Doesn't he run a comedy show
I have no idea.
or like an MTV?
Yeah, he's the Wild and Out.
What is Wild and Out? I
It's
know
like
there's
a-
a couple comedians that are on it.
Yeah. I think Maddie Smith is one of them.
Yeah, I met her in Ithaca.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, long time ago.
There's another guy. I can't remember his name, but it's just like a roast battle style
Oh, okay.
comedy show.
Is it always comedians or is it like rap?
I think it's
roasts?
half and half. I've
Yeah?
never watched it. I don't know, so I'm just
I've
guessing.
seen little clips.
All I know is that Nick Cannon has beef with Eminem, and Eminem's not a comedian.
No.
And Eminem is always beating him in
Yeah.
every rap battle and like rap beef, and it's just like, dog, you're
Yeah, no-
supposedly a comedian. He has
Nick
to be.
Cannon's a comedian?
Isn't he a comedian?
No, I thought he was an actor.
Yeah, I thought he was one of those everything guys.
I feel bad if he's a comedian. I didn't
Yeah.
even know.
There's a few famous comics where I feel bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, you do this professionally.
Mm.
I'm. Ugh.
Yeah, jeez.
You put that Netflix special out. And you're like, yep, it was good. You know, those
There's a
people that-
couple of those Netflix specials that I'm just like blown away with
by how
bad-
good they are.
Yes, by how good they are.
But there's a few that I love, but
Yeah.
there's I think
For the most part, I love that they're doing it because I mean, that's what I love to watch. But there's some I'm just like, how did this happen?
It happens. It happens a lot.
And I didn't like happens with people that I'm like, they're not. I mean, not being funny aside, they're not even that famous. Like, have you heard of this guy Jerry Seinfeld?
Yeah.
You burnt Jerry. Just kidding. One of my faves.
One of your favorites.
Well, it's like older stuff, I guess.
What
His new one was okay, but
do you think about him when he was 38 years old?
what happened to him at 38
He
years
was
old?
dating that 17-year-old.
I what's the word? I compartmentalize.
Oh, you separate the art from the artist?
Yeah. Like, next thing you're going to tell me one of my favorites, Dr. Bill Cosby did something weird.
Yeah, one of your favorites. That was one, or I mean, it sounds like I'm lying now, but I was just like growing up, I was like, I don't get it. I don't get Cosby.
You didn't get Cosby?
No, I didn't get it. I didn't get Steve Martin or Cosby or any of the old people.
Well, Steve Martin was so different.
Yeah, he's a fucking weirdo. But no, my
Yeah.
first exposure to stand-up was Jeff Foxworthy. Ever.
Yeah.
So that's
Did
where
you like it?
I love Jeff
Dude,
Foxworthy.
I love a lot of stuff that people like look down on now because that's the first thing I saw.
No, and I hate when people like shit on Dane Cook because Dane Cook was a god.
That's from the secret episode.
Oh yeah, the
That's
secret
what I was Dane Cook.
the unreleased previous episode that we don't mention, where Shayne was still alive on that
Yep.
one. Well, yeah, you'll never hear that one.
Yeah. It might be better than this one.
No,
Who
this
knows?
one was good. Got anything to plug? Your dry bar?
Yeah.
You got a
so-
plan with that? You want our listeners to do anything?
Yes, I do. So, okay. Here's the thing, Cowboy Boys. What do you call your fans?
Well, they're the Cowboy Boys and Cowboy Boy Girls,
Cowboy Boys and Cowboy Boy Girls.
or Cowboy Boy, whatever thing you want to put at the end of it.
I need you. This is my second.
You have a special.
Yes.
You have a special out.
I have a special out, and I need you.
You forgot
guys.
to plug it on the last.
I know. I forgot to plug it on the last one. They asked me what I was doing, and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I
That's
do.
how I am.
Yeah. I need you, and this is my second time, technically third, but you'll never hear that other one because it wasn't very good. But my nickname that I've given myself for the Cowboy Boys podcast is the Prospector. So every time I'm on the show, please refer to me as the Prospector.
Hobbs, the Prospector.
But I need you to go on and flood Dry Bar. There's a new app. It's like Dry Bar Comedy app or whatever. Use my name, Andrew Hobbs.
Doesn't it
as
cost like $1 to rent? Or
Yeah, but if you use my name, you get it for free.
Oh, game the
Yeah.
system. You get a free stand-up special.
Yeah. Well, you get the free. You get the app for 30 days. You can watch as many stand-up specials as you want.
Oh, there it is. So watch Shayne's,
And
but
then-
watch Andrew's
But
first.
please watch mine, and only not because I think it's good, but because they didn't really like it, and I would
Dry
love.
Bar didn't like it.
Yeah, Dry Bar didn't. I don't think they loved it. I would love for it to blow up, and out of spite, they have to show it more.
Yes, then they have to like plug it more.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
game
yeah.
that system. Go look up Hobbs on Dry Bar app.
I made a mistake when I filmed it. I didn't know how big Dry Bar was going to get.
No one did.
And I guess I don't know if it's really that big now, but I thought it was like a really regional thing. So I made the audience laugh.
I think
so I
it's-
did local stuff that doesn't really work in the other places. It's still pretty funny.
a lot.
You
A lot of
alright?
Mormon jokes.
Yeah, a lot of not even Mormon jokes, more like BYU Brigham Young University
Okay, whatever.
jokes.
But yeah, go watch it.
But yeah, so go watch that.
You'll have a good time.
Just
It'll be great.
Yeah,
It's
we'll do
free.
this together. It's absolutely free. If the password doesn't work, send me a tweet.
I'll pirate it for you guys.
Yeah, at Hobbs Presents.
Yeah.
on
We'll
Twi-
get all your stuff.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
you know.
Thing.
I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, that's about it.
Thanks for doing this.
No, thanks for having me. This was fun.
You saved our ass.
Yep, I'm always there to help.
And when Shayne dies for real, he'll probably be first in line.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll start wearing his clothes. You know how like
You'll-
when your like a significant other leaves, and so you put a T-shirt on the pillow so you can get their smell.
Yes.
If it helps you, Mac, I'll wear like Shayne's clothes.
Will you get a face tattoo for me?
I mean, it'd have to be a real good one.
All right. A sword? A big old sword on your face?
You know, he and I have an affinity for the nerd culture. I love Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a Lord of the Rings tattoo.
No, I probably won't get a tattoo, but
What
I
about
I do have a birthmark on the inside of my arm that people always think is a hickey. So if anybody has
Yeah.
good ideas what to do, I'd maybe get a tattoo to
turn
cover
that
that
into
up.
the Eye of Saruman? Or
That's
Eye of
not a bad
Sauron?
idea.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a nerd.
I thought about putting a little line that said DOB, like date of birth, December 19th, since it's my birthmark.
Yeah, that sucks.
And then I thought about making it like the red paint on like a painter's palette and do other colors of paint.
No, that one's bad too.
Is that bad too?
I mean, do what you want.
Hey,
A
look,
lot of
man.
people
I'm
have-
not going to get a tattoo, but if anybody's got any ideas for it,
hit them up.
let me know.
All right. Well,
Thanks for having me, man.
Thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
Au revoir. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.